All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome to another Mortal Kombat 1 video. Of course, the hype is still going for the Chaos Reigns announcement. Ed Boon in San Diego Comic-Con doing the PR rounds, answering questions, doing interviews. So that means that we got a lot of juicy information based on questions asked to him during these interviews. There's a bunch on YouTube right now, so I'll leave all the ones that I got these answers from linked in the description if you guys want to go check out the full interview. I think there's 3 of them where I got some of these answers, so those will be linked in the description if you guys want to hear it from the man himself. But he answered a bunch of goodies, including one that is going crazy with the fandom right now, including which includes a potential Easter egg unannounced character and character fights that you're going to be able to unlock in the Chaos Reigns expansion. We'll talk about all that information. Before that, if you guys do me a solid and leave a thumbs up on the video, I would really appreciate it. Let's start off with one that I had a little question. I was questioning whether guest DLC characters were going to have animalities similar to the Mortal Kombat characters. And the answer is yes. Every character in the game, including Homelander, including Omni-Man, Ghostface, T-1000, every one of the main characters are going to have animalities. I cannot wait to see some of these crazy ones. Who the hell is Ghostface going to turn into? Or the T-1000? Or Conan the Barbarian? Well, Conan, you have a lot of different animals you could choose from, but who the hell's Omni-Man gonna turn into? A cow? He's gonna squirt people with milk, or what animal is Homelander gonna turn into? I have no idea, but animalities are gonna be a thing for every single character, including guest DLC characters. All right, now let's talk about the big one here. So Ed Boon was asked a question of whether there's any Easter eggs included in the Chaos Reigns DLC, and Ed Boon straight up came out and said yes. There is a big Easter egg that they're not even going to announce. They're not going to mention how to unlock it, how to get that Easter egg, but he did say that it's going to be similar to the original Mortal Kombat game where Reptile was a secret fight that you could unlock, and he actually said that he put it in the game and didn't tell even his coworkers. Like, he didn't tell anyone else from the team that he was going to put in this Easter egg of a secret reptile fight. And similar to that, there's something where there's an Easter egg in the Chaos Reigns DLC that's going to be similar to that. So my only guess is that there's going to be a secret fighter that's probably not playable that you're going to be able to fight against. Who is it going to be? I have no idea, but I can't wait to find out when the game comes out. He said that they're not going to mention anything of it, but whenever people start finding out this Easter egg, that they're going to look back at this moment and say, oh, that's what he was referring to. So that was like the biggest bombshell, I think, out of any of the questions that he did answer. Obviously, he can't go into specifics because, it would be a PR nightmare for them. So he always has to watch out what he says. But I thought this was a really cool hint at something that we could look forward to as an Easter egg in the Chaos Reigns DLC. So let me know, what character do you guys think is going to be a secret Easter egg sort of fight, I guess, that you can unlock in the Chaos Reigns? It's going to be really interesting when people start finding these things out. So I'm very excited about that. I'm not much of a Easter egg hunter, but I know there's a lot of people who are, and this thing is going to be found out like probably day 1. So I can't wait to see what it's going to be. Let's move on here. So Ed Boon confirmed that the next game that they work on will be on Unreal Engine 5. So I think Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11, they were both on like a modified Unreal Engine 3. Like, it was their NetherRealm's like modified version of Unreal Engine 3. And then finally for Mortal Kombat 1, they switched over to Unreal Engine 4, which made the colors pop more. I feel like the character models look sharper. I think the game looks better than Mortal Kombat 11, obviously Mortal Kombat X. That's like, 9 years ago, but it does look better than Mortal Kombat 11. But I will say Mortal Kombat 11 is still a gorgeous ass game. the amount of the amount of juice that they squeezed out of that orange Unreal Engine 3, like with their own modified version, is absolutely insane, because Mortal Kombat 11 is still a gorgeous, gorgeous game. But he did confirm that their next game is going to be on Unreal Engine 5 or Unreal Engine 6, if that's what's out at the time when they start working on their next game, which I'm going to call it right now. I guarantee that they're already working on the next game. It's just because that it takes so long to create a video game. Usually they're working on 2 games at once. So I remember Ed Boon specifically talking about this in an interview for MK11. He said that when they're done with when the game is about to come out, when they're about to release a game, they have already started working on storyboards, and they've already started the process on working on their next game. But I guess that's when they were doing a game every 2 years. I don't know how the process is now, but back then when they were working on a game every 2 years, the next game was already being worked on and before the release of the new game, which is crazy. So I wonder what the process is now with when they start on the new game that they're going to be working on. So someone asked Ed Boon if there was going to be more content after Year 2 DLC. Obviously, we know what Year 2 DLC is going to be. Ed Boon did say that there's going to be more content, but he also answered differently in another. Well, I guess it was a different question, but pretty much confirmed that there will be more than a Year 2. So we are going to get at least a little bit more DLC after the Year 2 of Mortal Kombat 1. So we know about these 6 characters. So for any of you guys who have hope like me, for my boy Aaron Black, or for your favorite character, I know a lot of people want Sonya in the game. I know a lot of people want Jade in the game. So for a lot of you who still have not had your DLC character, there is still some hope. My hope, of course, is always going to be on Aaron Black. So there will be more than Year 2. I don't know if there's going to be a Year 3, 4, 5. I doubt it. But I think there will be more DLC characters coming down the road. And then, let me see, what else did he answer? Oh, so somebody asked him a different version of this question. They just asked Ed Boon what dictates future plans for their current game. And Ed Boon pretty much said that the fan response is what dictates what they do with the game next. So, for example, Year 1 of Mortal Kombat 1 did amazing for them, which on YouTube here, you know, it wasn't as big as some of their other titles, but sales-wise, it did amazing. So that inspired them to do a Year 2 for Mortal Kombat 1. And then if Chaos Reigns and Combat Pack 2 do really well, then it'll inspire them to do future content. Or he said that it would be hard for them, or it would be hard for him to believe that they would just drop it if Chaos Reigns and Combat Pack 2 do really well with the fans. So that's kind of a different question to the same answer, or it's a different question, but pretty much asking like if we're gonna get things in the future. So obviously I think Combat Pack 2 is going to do really well. Chaos Reigns is going to do really well. So I'm calling it right now. There will be more DLC characters down the road. I don't know how many. It might only be 3, just like what happened with Mortal Kombat 11, or it might be another 6, but I know that there will be more DLC characters down the road. So last little answer that I have here in the notes. This was not too significant, but it kind of shows, or it kind of gives us a little glimpse into how NetherRealm tries to get guest DLC characters. So pretty much Ed Boon said the way they pick or guest DLC characters a lot of time has nothing to do with cross promotion or marketing research or anything like that. He legit just said a lot of times it's just people in the office and people just throwing out ideas like, hey, this character would be cool, right? And this character would be cool to be in the game. And then they just gather a lot of names and then they see what hits. So he described it as, he likes using the hot pots analogy. So they have a lot of pots on the stove. Some of them are cold, some of them are warm, some of them are boiling. Pretty much this character is really close to be able to be used. A character, they got a no response from somebody from the IP. So they have a lot of guest DLC characters that they want. It just depends on whether they could get the intellectual property or not. So he specifically mentioned Ghostface. They've been wanting Ghostface for many, many years, but there's always been a reason why they can't get the intellectual property. So most of the times when a video game signs, or I guess gets the IP for a specific character, no other video game could use that specific character for a certain amount of time. So I'm sure that Dead by Daylight, Ghostface has been in that. I'm sure that while he was fresh and new for that game, the Screen people cannot license the intellectual property to another video game. Like he can't come out in another video game for a specific amount of time. So it's interesting that they've been wanting Ghostface. I wonder if something stopped the people from Screen to license Ghostface for Mortal Kombat X, if Ghostface was actually being thought of in Mortal Kombat X, which would have been a perfect fit, right? Horror movie themed characters. But, you know, I think Leatherface ended up being a really, really cool character for Mortal Kombat X. So I'm happy that Leatherface made it onto MKX. But I wonder if they wanted Ghostface from even back in 2015 when MKX came out. That would be really interesting to ask Ed Boon that question one of these days. But he said that the IP for Screen came up for them to use Ghostface, and they jumped on that, and that's how Ghostface is in Mortal Kombat 1 now. So that pretty much does it. Just going over some questions and answers that Ed Boon gave over the course of the weekend, the San Diego Comic-Con weekend. It's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to cover more of the Chaos Reigns, any new information, anything on the DLC, and I'll let you guys know. Keep you guys updated. But that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you aren't subscribed already, make sure you guys do so. And if you want to see some more, there's videos popping up on the screen right now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.